a 30-minute, pretty gentle style of yoga and stretching. You can meet me when you're ready on your back, on your mat. If it feels good to move around a little bit, we will move around a little bit on the back, but if you need a moment to hug the knees in and massage the lower back, that is a-okay. Eventually, see if you can settle in with the feet stamped down close to underneath the knees. You can bring the hands onto the torso. Wherever they land is fine. I'm just creating some sort of a connection here. And however your day's been going, wherever your head is at, just playing with the idea of giving yourself permission to drop any of your other responsibilities, let go of anything else on your to-do list. Really embrace what ultimately is a pretty short amount of time just to support yourself here. I like to start with practicing from a space of intention and maybe from a motivation for that intention as well. It could be the same thing, right? If your intention is some you time, the motivation could be that you need some you time, and it could be as simple as that. I'll offer my intention is that this practice be a source of wellness for myself, for you, and that in practicing taking care of ourselves, we ultimately can contribute to a world that's a little bit more cared for. I'm starting to breathe here. Take a few slightly deeper breaths, letting the breath move down into the belly, maybe all the way down into the hip creases. And then a big open mouth exhale. If you're hearing a little growling in the background, that will be Sasha. Let's do that 2 more times. So a nice deep breath in through your nose. Of course, when I'm recording, she wants to growl. Open mouth exhale. Maybe feel the hips relax a little bit more. This breath will do a double inhale and then an exhale. So breathe in. And then another inhale. Open mouth exhale. Just resuming a natural breath for a moment here. Letting the knees start to slowly windshield wiper, small range of movement. So keep the knees in the frame of your mat, or if you're not on a mat, you can imagine the distance that a mat would be. So just a pretty small range of motion, kind of massaging the lower back. Perhaps even creating a tiny tip to the pelvis so that you're really rolling the sacrum on the floor beneath you. And then if it would feel good, you can start to increase that range of motion just a bit or a lot. So now the low back probably is leaving the mat, at least one side of it if you're dropping the knees all the way to one side. Still mindful of the breath here. Bring the knees to a still position in the center. And then take the arms out into a cactus shape for a moment. Reset the feet so they're pretty firm. Keep the elbows where they are, but bring the forearms away from the floor so the elbows are pressing down. You're going to push into the elbows as you arch your back away from the mat here. So the low back lifts, the shoulders lift, chest lifts up toward the chin. Think about cat-cow here. So this would be our cow stretch, extending through the spine. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, articulate the back down and give yourself a hug as you scoop the pelvis. So the hips might lead the mat. We're not coming into bridge, but maybe lifting the sacrum off the earth. Take the elbows back out to the side. Inhale as you push the elbows down and arch the spine. Exhale, give yourself a hug, articulating the back down once more. And then go ahead and take this a couple times on your own. It can be a pretty gentle movement. It might be actually a really small range of motion. Just checking in with how the spine's feeling today. Moving from that space of intention or motivation or both if you set that up. But perhaps not rushing yourself, right? If we're coming from the space of supporting the nerves, supporting our well-being, not rushing this movement, not trying to get through it as quickly as possible, but rather really trying to feel into it. Go ahead and relax the arms into your cactus shape, palms face down. Take a spinal twist, bringing the right knee over the left knee, and then drop the knees to the left. You can keep the arms the way they are, or if it would feel good to reach the left fingertips down and catch the crook of that top knee. We're forcing the body, just finding that sweet spot where you can feel a lengthening sensation or some rotation around the spinal column here. Last couple of breaths in this stretch. If it feels good to keep the nose pointing straight up to the ceiling, that's great. Otherwise, it might be interesting to nod your chin toward your right shoulder if you haven't already. When you're ready, come back to the center. Untangle your knees. We'll take that twist to the other side. Setting up with the left knee over the right. Knees drop to the right. Maybe the right fingertips reach down and catch the crook of the top knee. Perhaps the nose points straight at the ceiling, or you can play around with nodding your chin toward the left shoulder. And then anchor your awareness back into your breath here. So letting the inhales be pretty big and deep, filling the belly. Maybe even breathing into the shoulders a little bit. And then as you exhale, letting your left shoulder and your knees get heavy. Back to the center when you're ready. Looking up, knees to the chest. Go ahead and bring your palms to your kneecaps, and let's take a couple slow circles over the sacrum here with the hands on the knees. Switch the direction of those circles. We'll do just a little bit more on our back before we rock up to a seat. Bring your hands back behind the knees, extend the legs up, and then bend the knees again. We're going to alternate kicking one leg at a time, really slowly up, getting into the hamstrings here. Stretching, and then alternating legs. Bring both legs up next time. And then let's go ahead and point and flex through the feet. Again, move a little bit slower than you think you need to. Adding some breath here. Go ahead and rotate the ankles. And going in, and then rotate the ankles the other direction. Super important to check in with these joints between the feet and the legs. All right, bring the knees to the chest. We'll rock and roll up to a seat or roll to the side. However it makes sense for your body to get there. And once you're upright, seated, bring the hands to the kneecaps. We're going to recreate that cat-cow. I have a cat right here. No cow on the premises, but we do have the cat. We'll take cow first, lift the chest and the chin up, finding that extension in the spine, taking a breath in. And then cat pose as you exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin toward the chest, pulling the navel in gently so you can really stretch into the space along the sides of the low back. And back to cow, this time let's add those trident arms. Breathe in, lift the chest and the chin. Cat pose as you breathe out, hands cup the knees, lean back, tuck the chin to the chest. Take a couple more here on your own. Notice how the spine is responding. Notice how the shoulders are feeling. Just where in your body you have sensation associated with this movement or stretch. And then let's go ahead and pause in neutral with the hands on the knees. We're giving any critters a little pet. I'm going to take a couple real slow shoulder circles here. Dropping the chin to the chest and then alternating one ear to one shoulder and vice versa. If your hair down, you might want to tie it back. Then it may feel good while you're here to play around with taking full neck circles. Notice how the body responds to that. If that kind of kicks up any warning flag energy, you can go ahead and back to those half circles. A lot of the time in my body, the full circles can actually create a little bit of dizziness. And so these half circles feel like the right choice. Come through the center. Go ahead and shrug the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Nice big circles here. So almost exaggerating that movement if you can. And then switch the direction of those circles. A little awkward to go to the front. Give it a try. All right. We're going to take the arms out wide again. Big breath in. Well, not again, but we're going to recreate that hug stretch that we did on the back. Give yourself a squeeze. You might even get a little self-massage with the fingertips back behind you. Notice which arm is on top. And then let's take it wide again. Breathe in. Switch the arm that's on top. So you exhale. Rub the fingers into those shoulder blades a little bit or the sides of the neck. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hug it in. Take a couple rounds like this. We're going to do a bit more upper body focus today. Just checking in again with shoulders, neck. Notice what's going on in the jaw. See if you can put a little space between the teeth if your mouth is closed. All right, we're going to take the right arm across the body, bring the left hand to the right forearm, right elbow, or up on the right arm somewhere. Sit up nice and tall. So lift the sternum, lift the crown of the head, and then look over your right shoulder for a moment. Breathing. And keep the right arm as our upward arm here. So bring that right arm over your head, then the elbow, left hand catches the right elbow. And then just gently tuck the chin so the crown of the head is lifted as opposed to looking up. So take nice neutral spine here, pressing the back of the head into that right forearm. Now the right arm's going to go low. Release the right arm, bring the right hand toward the left hip, catch hold of the left inner elbow, and then drop the left ear toward the left shoulder. Breathing, always breathing. We're noticing if you've caught your breath and maybe seeing the opportunity in that. So the back of the right hand is facing the back. A little bit of a different stretch. We're going to keep that connection. So I'll turn to the side here. The right palm or the right hand is going to slide to the right until the right fingertips are right around the back of the right hip. And then you're going to bring the right elbow forward, upward, upward, upward. It's okay for that right. Go ahead and bring that right hand, the back of the right hand into the right side of the waist, if that's feeling more available. Getting into some muscles in the back of the right shoulder and upper arm. This is a nice place too to take a couple of those little half circles. All right. Shake it out, let go of that. Maybe even shake out the wrists. I know my right forearm and wrist can get a little aggravated through that. And then we're going to swap it out. So left arm comes across the body, bringing that right hand somewhere on that left arm for some support. Finding your tall neutral spine and looking to the left for a moment. And we're working with the nervous system, letting the eyes be soft or even closing them down. It's a really helpful way to signal to the body that we're safe, that it's okay to relax. Left arm's going to come up overhead, bringing the right fingertips to that left elbow. Again, finding that length in the spine, pressing the back of the head back without arching. And breathing through the nose as well. Nice way to help soothe the nerves. Right, we're going to release the left hand to the right side. And then, or actually, I'm sorry, release the left hand to the left side. Right hand's going to come to that left elbow. And then nodding the head to the left. That's the side we already did. That's the side we already did. So release the right arm to the side. Bring your left hand to the right elbow. And then nod the head to the right shoulder. Sorry about that. That makes more sense. I feel like these moments of imperfection when I'm teaching are always these reminders of how human we are and not to sweat the small stuff. The right and the left side especially. Right, here's that new stretch, a little tricky transition. The back of the left hand is going to slide to the left hip or the left side waist. Left elbow juts forward a little bit. And bring the right hand to that left elbow to support that. And then I noticed pretty big difference in my right and left shoulder. If you have any kind of disparity there, it's just a nice thing to be aware of. You may already be aware of it, and this might be a moment where it just heightens that awareness. Time to good place to do a couple gentle neck circles if that's feeling welcome in the body. All right, and then release the arms. Go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Find a comfortable seat or lie down onto your back if you'd rather practice on your back. Really, yeah, shake it out if you need. There's sometimes some weird stuff that creeps into the shoulders. Really go ahead and let it go. Anywhere that you feel comfortable coming into a more meditative space. So the key in meditation is that you can relax the body, that you're not worrying about like physical gripping discomfort. So if sitting is comfortable in your body, I welcome you to do that. We will eventually all lie down for Shavasana. If that sounds like a nice place to land right away, feel free to go there. Wherever you land, take the first moment to shift around, to settle in, to check the alignment of the spine, whether you're seated or on your back. Bringing the spine into as much alignment as feels comfortable. Practice a meditation called Metta Bhavana. Metta is friendliness or kindness, and Bhavana is cultivation. So it's a meditation to cultivate a more friendly kind of disposition toward absolutely everything, including ourselves. We'll start by bringing to mind somebody with whom you have a really warm, easy, loving relationship. It could be a person, it could be a pet. And just bringing this being to your mind's eye, to your heart. We'll offer them this blessing. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be happy. may be at peace. A moment to breathe with that, to picture that person in the best possible circumstances, or if they're in a challenging circumstance, picture that person feeling the most amount of ease possible given whatever their life is unfolding like at this moment. Let that image, let that sensation go for a moment. Just float off to the side. Call to mind and to heart someone with whom you have a really kind of casual relationship with, some sort of an acquaintance, someone that you don't know well. You might not even know their first name, but you may see them on a regular basis. I always think of right now like the essential workers, people who are helping me out at the grocery store, the coffee shop or the gas station, somebody who you can picture their face. And we'll offer them the same blessing. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace. A moment to breathe with that, to be with that, to really sense into that felt care and compassion that you're offering. And then a little tougher, you call to mind someone with whom we have a little friction. It doesn't have to be our least favorite person or being, but someone with whom there's a little friction. And then to the best of your ability, really softening your heart, opening up to this meditation, this offering, as we make that same offering, that same blessing to this person. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Sitting with that, trusting that there are so many benefits, so many reasons to offer even the people that we have some challenges with or some adversity around. Right? This very human experience. Everybody deserves to feel safe, and more, even those challenging people perhaps feel some peace or happiness or ease. Perhaps the easier it is for them to move through the world without adding harm or pain. We'll bring ourselves to our mind's eye and to our heart. Buddha said that no practice of compassion is complete without compassion for the self. And so picturing yourself, and if this is hard to do with yourself as you are right now, you may choose to picture yourself as a child, right? A 5-year-old, 8-year-old, you. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Just breathing with that, offering that to you. Finally, we'll expand the awareness to all beings everywhere, all sentient beings. So, your neighborhood, community, the region you live in, the country you live in, the continent that you're on. You know, this whole world of beings, all of the people everywhere, from your neck of the woods to across the sea to Antarctica. And then really being sure that you're including other beings in this conscious offering. So trees, birds, fish, pets, livestock, the plants that we eat, right? The apple trees, whatever it is, the corn, the wheat, every blade of grass, every ladybug. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. Holding that wish, that blessing, that offering in your heart as you bring one palm over the heart center. Spread the fingers out nice and wide, and then cover it with the other hand. Breathe into your hands for a moment here. So as you inhale, breathing around heart space, letting the ribs lift, letting the shoulders scrunch up into the ears, sipping in just a little bit more breath here. And then when you're ready, open mouth, exhale. Releasing the arms. Keeping the eyes open. As a way to end the practice, but as a way to really continue the practice into your evening. I said we would do a Shavasana. Got a little carried away in our meditation. So if you want to add a Shavasana, please do so. If you want to linger in Shavasana, if you're there right now, enjoy that for as long as it feels aligned for you, as long as it's resonating. I wish you well. Take good care of yourself, and if it makes sense, take care of the people and the beings around you.